In modern track and field, greatness is often measured by medals, records, and championship victories. But sometimes the true measure of an athlete is not what they achieve when the world is watching. It's what they accomplish when the spotlight is somewhere else. Cole Hocker knows that reality better than most. Olympic champion, world champion, American record holder. One of the fastest middle-distance runners in history. By every standard, Hocker has already built a career that most athletes can only dream about. Yet somehow, one of the greatest performances of his career arrived with surprisingly little attention. To understand why, we need to go back to the beginning. Born on June 6, 2001, in Indianapolis, Indiana, Cole Hocker developed into a remarkable talent at an early age. Unlike many young runners who rely purely on speed or endurance, Hocker possessed a rare combination of both. He could stay patient through tactical races and still unleash a devastating finishing kick when it mattered most. That combination quickly made him one of America's most exciting prospects. As a teenager, he dominated high school competition and later became one of the brightest stars in collegiate track and field. Every year brought new improvements, new personal bests, and new signs that something special was developing. Then came the Olympic Games. At the Tokyo Olympics in 2021, Hocker was only 19 years old. Most athletes his age were still learning how to compete at the highest level. Hocker was already racing against the best middle-distance runners on the planet. The expectations were modest. Simply reaching the final would have been considered a success. Instead, he finished sixth in the Olympic 1,500-meter final. While that result didn't generate massive headlines, it sent an important message to the track world. Cole Hocker wasn't simply participating, he belonged. The experience would become a foundation for everything that followed. Over the next several years, Hocker continued to develop physically, mentally, and tactically. Every season brought new challenges, but it also brought steady progress. His racing style became increasingly refined. He learned when to stay relaxed. He learned when to move. Most importantly, he learned how to win. By the time the 2024 Olympic Games arrived, Hocker was no longer viewed as a promising young athlete. He was a legitimate medal contender. What happened next exceeded even the highest expectations. The men's 1,500 meters in Paris was one of the deepest and most competitive races ever assembled. The field included established champions, world record holders, and some of the fastest runners in history. Many experts expected a tactical battle. Instead, they witnessed one of the greatest championship performances ever produced. Hocker remained patient throughout the race, refusing to panic as the pace intensified. While others fought for position and burned valuable energy, he stayed composed. Then came the final stretch. With the finish line approaching, Hocker unleashed the weapon that had defined his career, his closing speed. Step by step, he surged past some of the biggest names in the sport. The crowd watched in disbelief. The favorites suddenly found themselves being hunted, and when the race was over, Cole Hocker stood alone. Olympic champion. His winning time of 3 minutes 27.65 seconds shattered the Olympic record and instantly became one of the fastest championship performances ever recorded. It wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. The young runner who had quietly finished sixth in Tokyo had become the king of the 1,500 meters. Many athletes would have spent years living off a moment like that. Hocker had other plans. Instead of protecting his reputation, he continued pushing his limits, or he expanded his range, challenged himself against different competition, and searched for new ways to improve. That mentality led him toward another remarkable achievement. At the 2025 World Athletics Championships, Hocker stepped onto the track for the 5,000 meters. Moving from the 1,500 meters to the 5,000 meters is not a simple transition. The demands are different. The tactics are different. The physical requirements are different. Yet Hocker looked perfectly comfortable. Once again, his versatility became his greatest weapon. The longer distance did not slow him down. If anything, it revealed another dimension of his talent. Throughout the championship race, Hocker positioned himself intelligently, conserving energy while remaining close enough to strike when the opportunity appeared. As the laps disappeared and the pace intensified, the field began to stretch. Several runners attempted to break away. None succeeded. When the final kilometers arrived, Hocker was exactly where he needed to be. And just as he had done in Paris, he unleashed a finishing kick that few athletes in the world could match. The result was another historic victory. World champion in the 5,000 meters. With Olympic gold in the 1,500 meters and world gold in the 5,000 meters, Hocker had established himself as one of the most complete middle-distance runners of his generation. Very few athletes possess the speed required to win a championship 1,500 meters, while also having the endurance necessary to dominate a world-class 5,000 meters. By the beginning of 2026, Hocker was no longer simply a star. He was one of the defining athletes of the sport. But what happened during the 2026 indoor season would remind everyone just how dangerous he had become. The year began in spectacular fashion. On January 23rd, at the Hockey Invitational in Blacksburg, Virginia, Hocker targeted the indoor 2,000 meters. The event rarely receives the same attention as the mile or the 1,500 meters, but it provided an opportunity to test his fitness. The result was extraordinary. Hocker crossed the line in 4:52.92, breaking the long-standing American indoor record previously held by the legendary Bernard Lagat. It was another milestone, another record, another reason to celebrate, but track and field can be cruel. Less than 24 hours later, at the New Balance Indoor Grand Prix in Boston, Hobbs Kessler produced a sensational run of his own. Kessler stopped the clock at 4:48.79, breaking the world record and instantly dominating the headlines. Suddenly, Hocker's achievement was overshadowed. For many athletes, such a situation could have been frustrating. Imagine setting a national record only to watch the entire conversation shift somewhere else the very next day. But Hocker has never built his career around headlines. He built it around performance. Instead of dwelling on what happened, he returned to work. And just 1 week later, he delivered another reminder of his class. At the prestigious Millrose Games, Hocker lined up for the 2-mile event against some of the strongest competition in the world, including Josh Kerr. The race unfolded at a demanding pace. Athletes pushed from the beginning. Mistakes were punished immediately. Yet Hocker remained calm. As always, he trusted his instincts. As always, he trusted his finish. When the decisive moment arrived, he surged to victory in 8:07.31. Defeating another elite field and further confirming that his fitness was reaching exceptional levels. At that point, something was becoming obvious. This wasn't merely a strong season, this was the build-up to something special. Every race seemed to reveal another layer of confidence. Every performance suggested that Hocker was approaching peak form. Then came February 14th, 2026. The venue was the ASICS Sound Running Invitational in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Fast track, perfect conditions, elite competition. Everything was in place for a memorable night, but nobody could have predicted exactly what was about to happen. From the opening laps, the pace was aggressive but controlled. Pacemakers guided the field through 609 meters in 1:25.14, before reaching 1,000 meters in 2:22.81. The rhythm was ideal. The crowd sensed something historic could be developing. Then Hocker made his move. With approximately 400 meters remaining, he accelerated sharply. Not gradually, not cautiously, explosively. Within seconds, the race changed completely. The athletes around him tried to respond, but the gap kept growing. Vincent Tiate attempted to stay close. Others fought to remain in contention. None could match the surge. By 300 meters to go, Hocker had established clear separation. By 200 meters remaining, he was running alone. The final lap was breathtaking, 54.82 seconds. After already covering more than 3 laps at world-class speed, his final 200 meters took only 27.34 seconds. A devastating display of strength and efficiency. The crowd rose to its feet. Everyone inside the arena understood they were witnessing something extraordinary. When Hocker crossed the finish line, the clock revealed the result. 3:45.94. History. The performance shattered the American indoor mile record previously held by Yared Nuguse and instantly became the second fastest indoor mile ever recorded. Only Jakob Ingebrigtsen's world record of 3:45.14 stood ahead of it. Even more impressively, Hocker's 1,500-meter split of 3:30.80 established another American indoor record during the same race. It was one of the finest performances of his entire career. Yet incredibly, it wasn't the biggest story in track and field. A wave of world-class performances had flooded the sport during the same period. Hobbs Kessler's world record, Josh Hoey's stunning 800-meter performance, and several breakthrough races from emerging stars dominated headlines. In almost any other season, Hocker's 3:45.94 would have become the defining story of the month. Instead, it became one chapter in a remarkable week for middle-distance running. But records don't lose value because they share attention. Great performances remain great performances, and Hocker's mile was exactly that, a reminder that he remains one of the most versatile and dangerous runners on Earth. An Olympic champion, a world champion, a record breaker, and perhaps most importantly, an athlete who continues to improve even after reaching the top. With major championships approaching, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Cole Hocker is not defending his place among the world's best. He's expanding it, and if his recent performances are any indication, the next chapter of his career may be even more impressive than the last.